Hey, it's Sean with Summit Racing and On All Cylinders. We're here at the 2017 Summit Racing Equipment Piston-powered Autorama at the Cleveland IX Center. I'm with Richard, and Richard has this beautiful Ford Roadster behind us. Now, you call this the Mirage. Tell us a little bit. You were telling me it's a truck, it's a car, it's an in-between kind of. Why do you call it the Mirage?
Well, it's not what it seems. It's a truck, but most people, is it a truck or not? It's a 41 model. 41 trucks didn't change, cars did, so it's a Mirage. It's not what it seems.
Right. So, Mirage, obviously, but you started this entire thing with 4 fenders, right? And very little else, and it turned into what we see behind us right now.
True. 4 fenders and a hood was rusty on the back, so we just used the front of it.
Sure.
Everything else is more or less handmade.
Handmade, and this was handmade in your garage. We call it a shop, but it's really it's a 2-car garage, and you've got some equipment in there. And you started this 7 years ago.
True. Just a little over 7 years ago.
Okay. So you debuted it last year, the 2016 Detroit Autorama. True. And you got some pretty high accolades there.
We received a grade 8 there, which is quite a privilege.
Absolutely, and especially you're going up against, professional builders, Foos shows cars there, a lot of really big names. And here you come, you built this in your garage, you spent 7 years doing it, you started with basically nothing, and you end up with this. So tell us a little bit, there's a lot of custom parts to this, a lot of different imagination and things going into it. What makes this so unique?
It was a dream. I wanted a roadster truck. 41 didn't have a roadster truck. I didn't want the original look, but I still wanted the fat fendered look. It now has the fat fendered look, the 4140 grill look, and it's a roadster pickup. It's a retractable hardtop.
Right, retractable push-button electronic hardtop. It goes back in the trunk there. It's amazing. Now, the engine is unique as well. This is not a typical engine. You didn't pick up a crate somewhere and throw it in there. Tell us about that.
Well, this was one of the test motors for Ford. They were in a test car that was cut apart and sold as scrap. And this engine went to Atlanta, and I found it in Atlanta and bought it. It's quite unique, and the flywheel is a vented flywheel. It's all unique the way they did it. It's
sure.
A test.
Right, absolutely. Well, it's the perfect vehicle to put a test engine like that in, it sounds like. Any other unique parts that you really had? The wheels were custom built. What other things did you put into this that you just don't see on regular cars? You don't just pick up off of cars in a junkyard?
Well, you mentioned the wheels. They were a drawing. I sketched it out and had a friend do a good sketch of it and sent it to Intro, and Intro cut the wheels. Of course, the design is theirs now. They do you a pretty good deal on that if they like the design. The wheels, the undercarriage is all one-off. It's all handmade, slick. It's a unibody construction, and everything goes to the frame as one piece. There is no gaps, no holes to fill. It's just a slick bottom, and all the suspension is one-off also. And if you look at the rear end, if you vision that, there is no panhard bar. It's the arch or the curvature of everything. It sort of fights itself to where it's rigid.
Sure.
And then, of course, everything's got an oval or a curved design, which is the motor mounts. If you look at the cross members, are all arched into one another. It's just a unique. We tried to make everything one-off.
Absolutely. Well, you did a great job. And we mentioned you kicked this thing off with Detroit Autorama. You're from Tennessee, so you drove a little ways to get there.
Yes.
And in the past year or so, this is the first time at the Piston-powered Autorama with this vehicle.
Yes.
But you've been to Syracuse, you've been to Texas, you've won quite a few awards.
We have. We've done real well with the car. We've been pleased. Did a lot of the ISCA circuit. We've done a lot of the outdoor type shows, but we were mostly indoors because we're still got the chrome rotors and pads. It won't stop real well for road work, but it's been good to us.
Good. Now, on that topic, you mentioned right now this is a show car, right now.
Right now.
But your plan is this is going to eventually, when you finish the circuit, when everybody gets to see it, you're going to have this on the street.
We have to change the rotors out, put regular rotors on it and regular brake pads, and it'll drive.
Awesome. Well, Richard, thank you very much for taking the time today. Again, it's Sean coming from the Summit Racing Equipment Piston Powered Autorama.